Welcome to EDJ Studios. This is the EDJ Podcast. We have another episode with my brother Fernando. And you guys already know we're going to talk MMA and NBA mainly. So if you guys are a fan of any of those two, pay attention. You might learn something. Let's get to NBA, which is a shit show in my mind right now. A lot of injuries, a lot of just weird shit in the league, I think. A lot of talks about all these changes that are supposedly going to happen to try to improve viewership and all that stuff. And I don't see any of it working. I think the only thing that will work is, we need somebody with a strong hand to take the helm and start directing the NBA back to what it needs to be, back to the old days, basically, a little bit. What do you think?
No, and I agree. I mean, I think Adam's been kind of soft on a lot of these dudes.
Too much player empowerment, where it's too much. Like I agree. Some of the stuff was good for the players and it's good for the league. Players should get paid and whatever. But I think now is like it went over too much on that side where the players are doing whatever the fuck they want, and it's like you can't have that.
Yeah, no, and then it has obviously affected the viewership of all this stuff because, no one's gonna want to watch a game and you don't even know if that player is gonna even play. That
and competition, like the competition level, the people actually like trying.
Well, we said it a long time ago. Is when people started flipping teams.
Exactly.
And I know you want to chase your ring, but the whole thing about getting the ring was getting it where you were at. Like, just building something where you were at. And then it's us versus everybody. Not like, let me see what's over there. Let me flip over here. Let me go over there. Because then as a fan, it's hard to like really, like there's very few like fan bases that are on top of like their team. I would say Boston fans,
for sure.
New York fans. Lakers fans, but I feel like the Lakers fans are kind of in shambles right now. I think they're being like hijacked by LeBron fans right now.
I think
there's like a whole fight going on between these fans.
I think they've always been like that though. I think the Lakers
not like this, bro.
No, of course not like this because it's the worst it's ever been. But they when Kobe was there and we were losing, they were talking. But
yeah, but they were honest. Like they would be like the Lakers suck, and what I mean. Now it's like they
lie about it.
They just lie about. It's just a crazy like. But it's not all Lakers fans. There's like a good divide between LeBron Laker fans versus actual Laker fans.
Yeah, no, real Laker fans talk shit about everything that's going on.
They're probably the most upset about everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like outside of these fan bases, like Lakers, Celtics, I think the Knicks have a fan base.
Philly got a fan base.
But Philly's they've been hating their team for a while. I don't even know if I could. They got killed. Remember when Embiid was complaining about New York fans?
Yeah.
They took over Philly.
Yeah, but I just think I
put them in the reserve. Like
true. But
I mean, when you're letting somebody 4 hours away, like
that'll never happen here.
That'll never happen in Boston.
No.
You'll never see that stuff.
No. That's true. But still, it's like, come on, we got to give them credit. Like they've been riding out. The Philly fans have been riding out with that team,
bro. I think they're getting tired, bro. I think
they had it with the process.
I think they had it with the process. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to the big three. I'm gonna say New York Knicks fans, Boston, Lakers. Outside of that, what other fan like and how can you like because it's so player driven?
Yeah.
Your favorite player goes to this team, and then it goes to that team, and then like
switch.
How the heck are you supposed to like stay with your team?
See, I never done that. I always had two teams, Boston and Miami. When Bron left Miami, I was a Miami Heat fan before LeBron got there. To this day, I'm still rocking with Miami Heat. If Boston's not in it, I don't care who the best. I'm going for the teams because I like the culture. I like Boston culture for all sports. We're gonna see right now, baseball right now, iffy, football iffy too. But like the culture here for sports, it's the demand from the fans. Like players feel that here. You can't come here and fuck around.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And yeah, and so like to me, like you
with Miami, it's Pat Riley. But I wonder how long you're gonna stay when Pat Riley retires.
No, because I think he's done a good job. And
no, I'm saying when he retires.
No, but I think Spo's gonna stay. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think Spo's just gonna take over Pat's job. And
I mean, that could happen. He can move into the front office.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think that's. I hope to God that's what happens.
Because you need that structure that Pat Riley. Because like I mean, I've always had respect for Miami. Even though they've been like a thorn in our side in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I've always had respect for them because of Pat Riley and how he runs that organization. I'm like, that's how every organization should run.
Yeah, like
you see these players, like as soon as they leave that Pat Riley system and they go to another team, it's like people are like, yo, Miami lied to us. Like this guy, he looked amazing in Miami.
Yeah.
Like, you see
what happened?
What happened? Yeah. And it's like, no, Pat Riley had them in a regiment. He had them. You had to be at whatever 3% body fat or whatever it was. And you had to be running all of this.
Military. Yeah, it's like that story with Dwayne Wade and I know you've seen it with Carmelo Anthony. Where like Carmelo goes to Miami and he's like, "Yo, Dwayne,
oh yeah,
what's up?" And Dwayne's like, "I'm not talking to you because you'll get in trouble."
Yeah,
that's what we need. Every fucking organization should have some shit like that. Like, let's bring that shit back. And I think a commissioner could like literally. People think it's not savable. I don't think it is that bad. I think the NBA with a new commissioner, we could change all of this.
Well, how it has to work is whoever the face of the league has to embody that attitude, because the league goes where the face is.
That is true.
Because when Jordan was like cutthroat, the league was cutthroat. When Kobe was in there, Allen Iverson, these dudes were cutthroat.
I agree,
and that's where the league was because everyone's gonna follow who's the face.
I agree, but again, the person that's up there, like. You have to draw the line at some place, like Stern did when Kobe and CP and all that shit was gonna happen.
No, yeah, but it has to. But for me, it has to be both at the same time. I feel like
true.
There has to be someone within that group of players that's gonna say, "Yo, what are we doing?"
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like it has to come from Adam, but he also needs someone in one of these players to say, "Yo, like might be John Moran. John Moran has that attitude."
Ant has that attitude.
Yeah, but Ant wants to leave, bro. He wants to get out of there, bro.
Well, I don't know, man. They did him dirty, though. They did him dirty.
For me, after seeing this beginning of the season, it got to be Ja, man.
I don't know. I think
it got to be Ja Morant.
I think I got to see Ja in the playoffs.
I would love it to be Tatum, but like I feel like the league just keeps doing him dirty. I don't think they'll ever.
Well, the thing is, he's so goddamn quiet, man.
He is quiet, but Bro, if you look at his numbers, you look at his winning, he's doing everything right. He's not in trouble. He's a good dad. Like,
yeah,
what
but
more
the
do you
thing
want
is,
from him?
I mean, he's Tim Duncan.
He's Tim Duncan. He's Tim Duncan.
He's Tim Duncan. So you need Tim Duncan was great, but you needed Kobe. You needed all these people.
No, you're right. He is more. I could see him more of a Tim Duncan, just a nice guy. He's just there.
He's gonna get his championships. He's gonna do everything, and people like me will appreciate it. But
I would like to see. For me, it has to be Ja. I would like to see like a Jaylen Brown, but
I think Jaylen has the right mentality. I don't think he has the skill level. Is like he's great, but
I think he's averaging like 25, man.
No, he is, but it's more of it's a hard 25. See what I'm saying?
I mean, he has a lot of players doing. You know what I mean? Like he has to move the. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know if you. What I'm trying to say is like his is not as smooth. It's not as effortless as some people. Like for him, 25. If like when you watch the game, it feels like work. Like when KD has 25, you might look at the game. You're like, he got 25. What the fuck?
Yeah, but KD has the ball in his hand way more than
true.
Brown. Like if you watch like the Celtics game, like there's a large portion of the game where Brown doesn't even touch the ball.
They're not. They're not running.
They're not running a lot of stuff for him.
And they don't need to.
A lot of times he's getting his threes off driving kicks. Like they weren't probably even intending to get him the ball. They were just like, oh, he's open, and then he hits a few threes from there. But KD, they're running a lot of that offense through him.
Yeah, but even
I mean, obviously, I know what you're saying. His game is not as smooth as KD.
Like it doesn't look less difficult.
He's winning. He's putting up numbers.
No, 100%. I like the attitude.
I understand that the league would never go that direction, but I mean, for me, obviously the most logical would probably be Ja. I would like to see Brown because I think he has the attitude for it.
The league don't like, he's having issues with the sponsors, with the league
We're
sponsors.
talking about
Brown. Yeah, so like I don't see they're gonna do Brown is gonna go that Kareem route where the league ain't really gonna.
No, I understand.
As good as he is, and he could win championships for a long time with the Celtics. But
you gotta remember, Kobe had his legal issues too.
Yeah,
he had plenty of issues, and then eventually
there was one issue. That's
that set him back a few years.
Yeah. That is what gave LeBron. I don't know if people know this.
No, I know that. I know what you're gonna say. Go finish that point. I know what you're gonna say.
That's what gave LeBron that window.
Yeah, it was.
Because if Kobe, like 03, like that 05, 06, that is the time where Kobe's going through his little issues. So to me, that doesn't happen, and Kobe gets to just be Kobe and not worry about none of that shit. I don't think the whole LeBron thing is going to...
Yeah, because Kobe was killing, but the NBA, they couldn't promote this dude with all these allegations.
Exactly. Like when Kobe was having all those shooting... Those when he's scoring 45 or some crazy shit where he's just like every game is like 40 plus. I don't know how long it was, but it was a crazy streak.
Yeah, I remember that streak. Like
that's when he's dealing with his issues, and the NBA did not promote it. They didn't talk about it because they couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't because obvious reasons.
Exactly. So I don't know if a lot of people put that together. Like that gave LeBron and a lot of the other players a lot of like leeway.
Yeah, a lot of
to
shine.
Get shine. Yeah,
a lot of shine that they weren't supposed to be getting at that time.
Yeah, because people, we have.
But anyone who knows.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, nah, like Kobe was better than all of them at that time.
Because some people try to, LeBron's era was.
Oh yeah. 2000. I'm like, all right, okay. So Kobe went to the chip 6 times, won 4 championships.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like
in the 2000s, he won 4 championships and he went to the finals 6 times. And you're saying MVP, LeBron was the face of
titles, like everything he was doing. Like how is LeBron the face of?
Not even close. Like,
no.
I mean, not even. Come on. LeBron's era was the 2010s.
The media helped out LeBron. Yeah. In that 2010s era, like the media, all the, everybody following and everything that he's doing. Yeah. Of course, LeBron's great or whatever, but that is what helped them out, that this guy was not getting the shine that he needed because he was in trouble.
Yeah, it was when he went to Miami is when his era.
To me, that's when it started.
That's when it starts, yeah. The 2000s, there's no.
Yeah. But again, that's everybody knows where we stand on LeBron at this point. What else? I think. Oh yeah, what about Zion? What do you think? What do you think is happening?
Oh my God,
that is.
It's every year, man.
I have a rule when it comes to these players like that. I would, like I said, the players would not like me if I was a commissioner, because I love basketball. I'll play basketball for fun. So when I see players getting paid what they get paid to act the way they act, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck who you are. That is not flying on my book. That's Barkley, Shaq, all the old players say it. To me, that's a disgrace to the game and it's going to hurt everybody down the line. If you're getting paid, you should fucking play. And if you can't play, you should not get paid what you get paid for.
I mean, my thing is with this, right? If they're not going to play, you got 2 options. You can discount the game.
Exactly.
So fans can go watch these games for a lot less of a price.
Exactly. That's a good idea.
Or you're going to have that player stand outside and sign autographs all game.
Exactly. They're going to choose to play at that point.
Right? Because to me, that's fair. Right? You know what I mean? Because like normally I go pay whatever, $300-$400 per ticket. I don't see this player at all. Like, you know what I mean? I don't see him like face to face. I don't get an autograph. I just watch him play.
Exactly.
But if I can't watch him play and I paid all this money, let me get an autograph.
Exactly.
I think I wouldn't be mad about that. Some people be paying $1,000 to meet these players.
Exactly. I mean, I'll still be mad because I don't give a fuck about no autograph, but
Yeah, but you can sell that thing. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
You know what I mean? You get a nice...
I mean, it's cool, especially for younger kids. Like, it's cool, but...
Yeah, you get to meet... Like, you know what I mean? Like, because... I can come back another day and maybe see you play.
Exactly.
But an autograph, I got an autograph, a picture, an autograph.
Exactly. No. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But I feel like they should do something about, let's go down the list. So we got Embiid, can't play.
Yeah, Embiid.
Paul George, different reasons. I like Paul, and his reasons are always legit. It's not like with Paul, it's never like but he has injury prone history. He shouldn't be getting max contracts. I would never give no player like that a max contract. Kawhi Leonard, no way. I would give any of these players a max contract. I don't care how great they are. You need to play the game. That's what counts. So, who else? Who else we could throw on there?
You can throw everybody.
A lot of these players. So to me, like that's one rule I would start. Like, I'm sorry, you don't play this amount of games. If you're a max player and you do not play, I don't know, over 50 games, your contract, your contract will go down. Then, like I will make that rule. Like you want max contract. If you're not really hurt, you're not getting that money. Period. That will incentivize these players to play.
Adam Silver does have rules for like missed games for like non-medical reasons. I think he fines the team.
The team. It should be the player.
Yeah, he could do that. I mean, they can take it out of the player's salary.
Something to stop this wave where players just not playing.
I think the Hawks just got fined because Trae Young missed a game or something like that, like recently. I think the Hawks just got fined.
Yeah, but I mean, Trae Young doesn't really have a history of like missing games.
Well, what I'm saying is that the league is trying to crack down on some of this stuff.
Yeah, but crack down on the people that really need, like, I just like Kawhi Leonard. Why the fuck? Like, this guy, it's like, I'm not even get started on Ben Simmons, but like. This guy has he's a great player, blah, 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 whatever. You don't play. When's the last time Kawhi Leonard, last season, I think it was the most he played in 7 years.
I think he played like 68 games. He made, because I think you had the limit is, I think you have to play 65 to make like an all-NBA team. I think he ended up playing 68.
Yeah, but that was with like a crazy minute restriction, no back-to-back. You couldn't play over this amount of minutes. Like
I'm not 100% what they might have had some restrictions. I'm not 100% sure, but he managed to get 68 games, and then he didn't play the playoffs really.
Exactly. Then he wants to go play for the U.S. team.
That was crazy. This dude was hurt enough not to play the playoffs, but not this year. He hasn't played all year.
Yeah,
but he was gonna play in the summer.
He hasn't even practice. Like
that was wild.
Yeah, like come on, like those things.
I'm like, bro, if you needed surgery, why didn't you get surgery instead of messing around with Team USA?
Exactly, and then they get paid their money anyway. What about those teams? Like
yeah, they get the guaranteed money.
Exactly. So like
that's in NFL, you don't get your guaranteed money.
No. So that's my whole point of the whole player empowerment movement thing. Like it went too far in the NBA. It's too much. They need to go back.
Well, I mean, I hate to keep pointing the finger at one guy.
Yeah, it is.
But this one guy.
Yeah, say it. It's LeBron James. Like is to me is a big culprit when it comes. Yeah, motherfucker. Sorry. Sorry, man. You're a fucking Iron Man. I get it. Whatever. But not everybody's like you. So like there has to be some type of like.
Yeah, I mean it all started with his movement, man. His player empowerment movement started a lot of this stuff. I mean, I don't think he intended it to get to this level.
I don't think so either. But
when you open that door, man, you don't know what's coming through.
Exactly.
And that's what started all these like super maxes, and that's what started because like when he started doing that, oh, I'm just gonna jump here, I'm gonna jump here. Teams started saying, damn, I gotta pay, and then the NBA say, oh, what if we give them a super max so they don't leave? So that's when we started getting these super maxes.
Yeah,
but people are like, after I get that 1 year of the super max, I can force my way out.
Yeah, like
James Harden started doing that shit.
It's ridiculous.
But that idea came from LeBron. Well, I gotta hop to find a championship. So let me get my money, and then it started annoying fans.
Yeah, but see, then that's what I mean. Like LeBron did it the right way. He never requested a trade, never did anything like that.
Yeah, he did it the right way.
And he could sign deals for a year or two because he's not worried about getting hurt.
Well, he did.
Players can't do that.
He did the wrong thing the right way.
It worked for him.
Well, when I say the wrong thing, I mean hopping teams.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna go here. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like as a competitor, I want to beat everybody. I don't want to be. So when he started like doing that,
Yeah, no, like, see, that I feel I get the whole going to Miami thing. Like,
I don't.
No. I don't get it. I don't get him. I understand him wanting to leave Cleveland, and I agree with him leaving. I know, like, you hate players moving, but I feel like, and me and you had this conversation before, I feel like organizations matter. And if you're a great player and you're in a terrible organization that's just not ever, they're just terrible at winning. If you want to leave, I agree. Now, you shouldn't go to fucking join the next best player. That I don't agree with. Him joining Miami with the big three, the stars that he assembled. I don't agree with that.
But that same organization that you're saying this and that, what are they doing with the Cavaliers right now?
Yeah, but if
and if you're talking about hating his organization, right? Jordan hated his GM. He hated his organization too.
No, but they won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But eventually he just had to take whatever they gave him and they won.
No, but this is the thing. Jordan's organization and the people there, they all were winners before Jordan.
What? They didn't win anything before Jordan was there?
The GM, the owner for that franchise, owned baseball teams.
Okay, yeah, but that's baseball.
The GM, Krause, won everywhere before that. He was a great GM. So he made great decisions, great basketball decisions.
Well, that team was terrible when Jordan went in there.
No. It was terrible. They had a bad coach. The GM got a great coach.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, but
the GM got great players.
How long did it take him? Because Jordan was there from 84 he got drafted?
Yeah.
All those years Jordan was losing.
7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. That's the same amount of time that this dude was losing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That the owner was not, those owners for Jordan, the owner wasn't doing what they were doing to Michael. I mean, they weren't doing to LeBron. Like, some of the shit that went on LeBron's, like, it's just bad ownership. That is a bad organization.
I disagree, man. I think he ran, man.
No,
I think
7 years of you being there, you gave him 7 years.
I think you gotta stay, man.
I don't know. So will you prefer LeBron stay there and never win a championship?
He would have won a championship. I think he would have won if he would have stayed. I think if he would have stayed.
I think the whole thing of LeBron going, and they say Dwayne Wade taught him. I think Pat Riley.
Maybe Pat Riley did.
I think Pat Riley set a tone and showed him, like, yo, this is the level. This is what practice looks like. This is the commitment you need. And LeBron learned that from Pat Riley and has been able to win every organization after that. So, not to give LeBron credit, because, but I think organizations, that's why if you look in the history of basketball, it's all in the same teams. And now, as even with different players, the Celtics always win. We talked about culture. I think culture is very important. And I don't care how great you are. If you have a bad culture, you're going to have a hard time. And again, I know you disagree.
I disagree, man.
Yeah, I know.
I think if he stays there, we wouldn't be seeing all this shit we see now.
I agree.
I think if he stays there,
I agree.
He would have been doing what Dirk Nowitzki did, and he would have been doing what Tim Duncan and Kobe did, and it would have kept that same trend where this mega star stays here, he figures it out, he wins, and then everybody would be still doing that to this day. And we would have the basketball we used to love would still be here.
I agree.
Instead of this James Harden, KD running around, God knows where they're going to be at next year.
I agree with that statement. It would have been better for basketball for LeBron to stay.
If he would have stayed. And also, I don't consider myself a LeBron hater. I have no hate towards him, but there's a lot of people that just hate him. And he wouldn't have all those haters.
No, I agree with 100% with that statement, but also I don't think LeBron would be in that third best conversation without those chips.
If he would have won 2 chips in Cleveland, I think people would have tossed him in there.
Yeah, I just think he needed to learn. Maybe Jordan did not need to learn how to win. Kobe maybe didn't need.
I mean,
I think LeBron needed to see somebody. I don't think Jordan.
All right, let's put it this way: Dirk's 1 championship in Dallas versus LeBron's 2 in Miami. Which one would you honestly? Which one would you respect more? I respect more Dirk's.
I respect Dirk's a lot more. Of course.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like anything he would have done in Cleveland would have been heightened. You would have been like, this dude came in at 18. He had to figure it out. The team was bad and blah, blah, blah. And he was able to get a chip, 2 chips.
Again, you could be right. I think
I'm looking at that same organization. And I'm looking at the Cavaliers right now and doing what they're doing. They would have gotten him some players.
Like I said, some of the stuff that was happening in that organization is just wild.
I mean, they were able to get him Kevin Love when he got back.
Yeah, but he came in like that's the thing. Like that, I don't know if I'm right, and I don't know if you know the story between the beef with LeBron and the owner for the Cavs.
I know they had some beef and stuff.
It's bad. Like so, it's at a level where like that like the owners that play with Kobe or Jordan would have never done some of this, and they would have never like accused LeBron of, even if LeBron did, they publicly accused LeBron of quitting. Like shit like that.
I get what you're saying, but
like, and to me, like LeBron going back was crazy. Like LeBron, the stories are clear. Like if you see, they don't never say it all the way out through, but the Wayne Wade said when he was in Cleveland, that shit was fucked up. Like same thing with Kyrie. When he was in Cleveland, that organization situation was just fucked up. And it had to do with LeBron going back there, him not really fucking with the owners. LeBron was just doing everything without speaking to ownership. He didn't give a fuck. He just went back for the fans and for the city. He didn't go back there. He didn't fuck with the owners. How the fuck does LeBron James is considered the best player and he doesn't have the backing of ownership? It was just a mutual, like, I'm going to win a championship for the city and I'm gone. Because he does not fuck with the owner.
Yeah, but that was on his return. But I'm talking about from the original.
But he left because of the ownership.
Yeah, but imagine the ownership would have said, Kobe quit on us. Kobe would have went for 90 the next game.
Again, that's different.
You know what I mean?
That's a different level. But I feel like...
But I'm saying, like, if he would have kept that...
No, but this is what I mean.
Attitude.
I feel like if the ownership, if they had a good relationship with ownership, it wouldn't have been Braun moving. It'll be Braun getting people to come to Cleveland. LeBron was out of Cleveland no matter what, even if they had good players. He's not. The whole thing with Delonte West, the mom, all that shit, and what happened in the organization, like it was over.
Yeah, but think if he would have won a chip after all that bullshit, how much respect you would have.
I get it, but
that's what I'm saying. He may have not intended it, but when he moved to Miami,
I agree with
you.
you.
Then KD said, "Oh, this is what we doing."
No, I agree.
And KD goes to.
I agree.
KD goes to the Warriors. Now all of a sudden they create this crazy team that everybody's like, "Oh shoot, we got to do the same thing."
I agree 100% with what you said.
And not to mention the Warriors. Now you got KD, Klay Thompson, Curry. Yeah. What do they do? They bomb threes. What is everybody doing now? You got even your worst team shooting 83s a game. Like
that combination of LeBron making it cool to people to create these super teams.
Yeah. And
terrible. And then Curry shooting. I don't know if we could blame it on Steph. Well, I don't know what
I think is right when you got KD on your team. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. But when you have a safety net of KD, I think you can go a little crazy. You can take it to another gear.
I hated basketball. I literally stopped watching basketball. For that era, I would not watch regular season games. For what? I already know what the playoffs is. But I already know what the playoffs are. I can't watch the regular season. It's pointless. And every time there's a super team like that, it literally kills me willing to watch the regular season. I can't do it. Like it's just like watching something that you know the ending. It's like reading a book that you already know how it ends, or watching a movie that you already know the ending. That's sort of course. Injuries happen and shit could happen, but
yeah, it was like a 3-4 year span where it was like it wasn't that interesting.
You could book it. The Warriors and LeBron were gonna be in the fucking finals.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Why do I need to watch the season for? Like, there's no point.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, that move was the first domino to knock all of that, and the James Harden thinking that I gotta chase rings, and if I don't like it here, I gotta go force my way here. Then other players like, oh, that's what we're doing. We're just gonna just say we want to leave. Now you got Damian Lillard in Milwaukee, and
Iman Shumpert said it.
He said I thought he was dead on.
Yeah, 100%.
When I heard Iman said it, I was like, that's the same shit I've been saying. Like, I'm like, yo, if he He didn't do that.
Yeah.
If he stayed his ass in Cleveland,
Yeah.
I think he was great enough to win at least 2 chips over there.
I think
From his rookie year to now, I think he would have won 2 chips.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might be right. I think
he would have gotten at least 2.
Less. He wins less, but wins, and maybe people look at that and consider that as great, and he might still be number 2 in some people's eyes, number 3 to me.
It's just hard for me to like, because like those first 2 chips, I look at it like you went over there and made a bullshit team to get those.
Yeah, no, I don't respect any super team. Like,
yeah, I'm like,
same thing even with the Warriors. I don't really like those 2 KD championships. You might as well have none to me.
Yeah, to me,
like with Curry is different because he
won that first one and that last one.
He won the second one. He proved it twice.
Yeah, that's why you have to be like, no, you guys proved yourself.
Exactly.
With the first one and then that last one.
You can't talk shit about them.
You can't.
So for me, but KD's 2 championships, pointless. Like,
that's why he's still out here chasing. Because he knows that we're like, bro, any Charles Barkley could have joined the Warriors and won a championship.
Yeah.
AI could have got on there. Like McGrady, like any of those dudes. Like if you're doing something that any like star in their era
could do,
then it's not really that impressive.
Exactly. And again,
but when you get it out you get it out of your team, you gotta get out out of a bad team, you build a good team, and when you do it that way,
everybody says it. If you ask Curry, his favorite championship is the ones that he won without KD. If you ask Dwayne, his favorite championship is the one he got without LeBron James. If you ask Kobe, the ones he got without Shaq. It doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna value that way more.
Yeah,
even the fans.
Those 2 chips that Kobe got after Shaq
were more valuable.
They're more valuable than any of LeBron's rings, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you can argue the comeback, but I'm just like, why were they down 3-1? That's what because when people argue with me, they're like, oh, that's the greatest comeback, and I'm like, if he's the greatest of all time, why was he down 3-1? If he's the best, like, why is he down?
Exactly.
He should be dominating, right? Isn't that what the best is?
Exactly.
Like, if you're going to sell me a product, you're not going to tell me it's always down, but it could come back. Like, you're going to tell me, no, it dominates every time.
And this is the part about the whole numbers thing. Because if you look, like, if we just read off his stats, right? Like, for all those playoffs, it's going to show dominance. The stats are going to show dominance. I think me and you talked about this, and we never mentioned it on camera, because everybody says how unselfish LeBron is. And to me, it's the opposite. To me, he is selfish because he wants everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that it's not that Jordan couldn't get 10 assists every game. It's not he couldn't get...
Can I make this one point in there?
Go ahead.
He's the second player he has a second all-time assist in finals history. I think he's at 11 point something, 11.5.
Who?
Jordan.
For real?
Yeah, he's behind Magic.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has like the second highest average in assists.
In playoffs?
In the finals.
Oh, in the finals. Okay. Gotcha. But, like, people talk about LeBron's stats and all this shit and like, oh, he's so unselfish. In my mind, Jordan was less selfish.
I agree.
Because he allowed his players to impact the game. He's going to have a point guard. He's going to have a great rebounder. LeBron tried to do everything by himself, except the hard part. Except when the fucking last 5 minutes of the game, now he wants to pass it to a teammate. Now he wants a teammate to come and save him, a teammate to come and produce.
It's like in any organization, right? If you are the leader, right?
Yeah.
Your job as a leader is to get everybody to do their thing.
Yeah.
If I go in here and do your thing, how am I leading you?
Exactly. You're just doing a lot of shit, and the players around you don't get to do that, and then you want them to actually do something when it's the hardest time, when the game is on the line. Now, the right pass.
But the thing is, like, if I'm doing your thing, I can't get mad at you because you're not doing it.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm stealing rebounds from you, like, how can I come back and be like, well, you're not rebounding?
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, because you're flying. Instead of boxing out, you're flying in and taking my rebounds.
Exactly. It's like, no. Jordan did the right thing. He had a team. you do this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that when those 5 minutes come, winning time comes, I'm going to be there. And I think people get that confused. I don't think people actually look at that.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, LeBron is such a overall great player. No, that does not accumulate to winning.
I actually got into an argument with somebody about that. Like saying that Jordan held people accountable to their roles.
Yes. And people like, I don't know. I mean, I think people, those teammates that Jordan had, probably feel better and more responsible for those chips because they had some impact than what, of course, Kyrie hit that shot. Those players that hit that final shot at the end, of course, they probably feel like I did something, but the rest of those players feel like LeBron did everything. We didn't win, but...
Well, the thing is, it gives him a scapegoat. So when they don't win, they'll be like, oh, he needed players. Like you saw Eddie House's response?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're the one who choked.
Exactly. Like, yeah, like that. And that's what I mean by, like...
He's like, he said, it was in that podcast with JJ Redick. He's like, oh, we didn't have enough to build out the roster or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, if you hold... These players are good players, all of them.
Exactly.
If you hold them accountable to their role,
what their role is,
that's what we're paying you. You're making millions of dollars. You go get 10 rebounds. Exactly. You go get your assist. And I was watching on Thanksgiving with my brother. I was watching some highlights of like the Bulls versus. It wasn't highlight. We were watching full game.
Okay.
It wasn't actually highlight. We were watching like the first quarter of like the Bulls versus the Magic in the finals.
Okay.
And there was several possessions where Jordan didn't even touch the ball. Where it was like Scotty running the offense, they were looking inside the post, guys cutting, and he didn't take a shot.
Yeah.
And I was telling my brother, like, that's basketball right there. Like, Jordan's going to get his 30, 40 points, but he doesn't have to bring down the ball every time, and he has to get the assist. Like, he can be a decoy, set a screen over there, and then have some action on the other side.
Exactly. It's way different. To me, like, LeBron... when it comes to like being a team player in that aspect, he wasn't a good teammate because it's just like you need to let the players do their role and then you do your role at the end of the game.
Yeah, what I don't like about it is at the end of it, when it doesn't go right, they always blame the teammate.
Because why? It looks, like you said, you're going to go look at the numbers and how are you going to say LeBron didn't do enough? You got 45, 12, and 10 in the third quarter. When the fourth quarter come, he's not there. Like if you look at his always the last, I mean, I think what was it? Was it a stat where like he went 4 straight fourth quarters without like in the playoffs without scoring at point? Like he has 4 games.
It was I think it was when he was in Miami. He went like I think you're talking about when he went in the finals in Miami when they played Dallas. I think that he did go like a bunch of fourth quarters where he just didn't do anything.
Didn't score. Like
I think he was like the third leading scorer on that team. You know that, right? Against the Dallas?
Yeah.
I think he was averaging like Dallas, I think he was averaging like 17.
17. Dwayne Wade's at 21.
21,
like
22.
18.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I've never heard of Jordan on any team where he's the third leading scorer of the team.
Yeah, I think I sent you that when I found it. I sent you that Jordan or Kobe would never. That would never. They will miss 30 shots before that happens. Like it was not possible. So
and then that same year they lost, he blamed it on not having enough guys.
Exactly.
That's what pisses
crazy,
me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, if you want to run around and get every assist and every rebound, fine. But when you start, I've never seen a player throw his team under the bus, and he did that in Cleveland too. The second time, I don't know if you remember that line when he goes, "Oh, we're top heavy as fuck."
Yeah. He said that a few times.
Bro, what are you saying about your bench?
Exactly.
Like I've never liked that. I've never liked trashing my teammates.
Jordan will go if the teammates really play bad. Jordan will go trash them in practice.
Well, the thing about Jordan,
not in the media.
Jordan, yeah, exactly. The thing about Jordan, he would go to your face,
exactly,
and he would
demand
torture you in practice.
Yeah, he demand. Yeah,
and he was saying in interviews, I demand from these guys greatness. I'm trying to win chips. They should be trying to be doing the same thing with Kobe. I'm expecting to win. Like
exactly.
I'm not gonna do it all myself. You're gonna have to do your job.
And LeBron would just be passive aggressive, talk behind your back instead of
get him traded.
Exactly. Instead of right in your face, going, "Yo, if you want to be here, this is what you're gonna need to do. And when you don't do it, you're gonna have to deal with me. And LeBron never did that. He would just go home or like be passive aggressive or go online and say some cryptic shit. So
yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't like about him is that he doesn't take accountability.
Yeah,
and he puts it on his teammates.
Yeah,
and it's like, bro, if you're the greatest,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't be
LeBron
pointing fingers at your teammate if you're supposed to be the greatest. Like,
yeah. LeBron has never been the greatest to me. I used, before me and you started doing this, I used to put him at 2, and I used to give him a little bit more credit. Then after me and you analyzing all this shit back and forth, I moved him down to 3.
Yeah, I had to move him down, man.
And it was because of that, because of the killer will is not there. It's never been there. Naturally, it's never been there. And then also just the leadership part of it was not. And I thought it was, because all the shit that you've seen, and then, like I said, through conversation with you, I realized, I'm like, wait, that's not leadership, actually.
Yeah, so I don't like throwing your coach under the bus. Yeah. I don't like throwing your team. Like, bro, if we're a team, we lose together.
Yeah, exactly.
If they ain't getting done, we got to get in a room and we got to figure it out.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm not going to, I mean, I've been on teams where we've lost and stuff like that. I've never in my life said, let me blame this guy or blame this coach. I was like, we got to figure it out.
Exactly.
We got to figure out one way or another. But I've never seen anybody do that either. Like, I mean, maybe horrible organization, maybe they might throw, but you're supposed to be the GOAT. Like, right? Exactly. You're supposed to be you should know better than to be blaming everybody.
Exactly. Especially not in the media.
Not in the media. You can't show any weakness to the media, to the opposite, to the other teams. Especially if they know you guys are blaming each other. Like, if I was on the other team, I'd be like,
yeah, I'm good.
You're better than that. Take the next shot. You know what I mean? I'd be in their ear. I'd be in one of his role players' ear, encouraging him to shoot.
Another thing that I think the second biggest mistake LeBron has ever done, besides the whole teaming up with Dwayne and all those people, was this whole Bronny James thing. Like, it's criminal at this point. Like, what he's done to that kid, to his own kid, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
I compare this move to that Miami move, bro. And you know why I compare it to it? Because he doesn't believe in competition so much that he used to tell his son, you get a roster spot and you don't got to fight for it. Same way he did the same thing with his 2 chips. Yeah. He don't believe in fighting for it. Give me the best
I don't know
power forward right now and give me the best 2 guard. Well, actually, not the best. Kobe was still there.
Yeah.
Second best.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. If you look at how everybody, Gilbert's doing it with his kid, how Carmelo Anthony's doing it with his kid, and then you see what LeBron did. It just makes no fucking sense.
It just seems selfish.
It is very selfish and is doing such a damage to that kid. I would love to see that kid's mental state. It can't be good.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how mentally strong you are. I don't care. It can't be good for you, especially because it's different if you're getting trash, but you're good, and you're good.
Yeah,
you're getting trash, and everybody's right. So, like,
yeah. The thing, I'm conflicted with the whole situation from his side in a sense, because it's like, there's one side is like, all right, are you doing this because of your dad and you don't want to disappoint him?
I think that's the case.
But then there's a side where it says, yo, why don't you talk to your dad and say, yo, let me stay in the G League so I can get better? Like, is he telling his dad, like, yo, I need to get better? Or is he just going, like, I don't know. Is it something that he wants? Or is it something he's doing for his dad? You know, you get what I'm saying?
I think it's something that he's doing for his dad, and he don't have the balls to, like, go against it. You know, every kid, every man at some point goes like, all right, that's enough. I don't think he's done that. Because it
could be that. It could be the case that this dad, he feels the pressure of his dad and he's like just going along with the ride.
Because there's no way. He's played with all the kids. He's in competition.
Bro, but he
knows that he's not up to that level as other players in high school and college.
In high school, and I said this in a friend group, and they treated me like I was like a hater or something. I said, I don't understand how the hell he made a McDonald's All-Americans team, averaging 13, 14, third option.
We do understand. We do understand why.
Well, I know why he got it, because of Nike and LeBron, but I'm just like, bro, like, it's unheard. You don't understand, like, when you make a McDonald's All-Americans team, you're like one of the top 24, 25 players in the country.
In high school.
And high school.
Yeah.
He was not that.
At
Your
all.
third option your third option averaging 13, 14.
This is what it is.
And I'm like, you just hating on. I'm not hating on LeBron. I'm like, I played high school basketball. I've seen players that went to the league. I've seen players that went D1, and they were better than him, and they weren't McDonald's All-American.
I think you're better than him. I'm being honest. I'm not. You guys are probably the same size. I think you might be bigger, but I think you're probably.
God knows how tall he is, because LeBron's eyes, he's like 6'7", and then like when they measure him, he's like 6'1".
Exactly. So
who knows? He's somewhere in between that.
Yeah. So like to me, that's criminal what he's doing to that kid, and that this is gonna stay with this kid forever. This is one of those things where like. You that dude that freaking got into the league because of your dad, like it's just there's never gonna go away. The whole thing with Jordan and his kid, all that stuff, people forget about it. Like people really forget about that stuff. Why? Because he did it on his own. He wasn't good enough. Well, with this is like
Jordan's kid was better than Bronny.
Oh yeah,
you know he averaged like 15. He had I think his sophomore he averaged like 15 in college.
Yeah, no, he by far was better than Bronny. I still don't think Jordan's son was good enough to play in that league.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Jordan's son didn't play his senior year
in high school.
In college, like he just quit. He just quit.
Yeah, I know. That part I know. Yeah.
So he, for whatever reason, he just wasn't interested, and Jordan wasn't gonna force his kid to play. Like,
he's Michael Jordan's son. Guy was out there partying, getting whatever he wants. So yeah, he didn't have that.
Because people try to throw it as an accolade, like, oh, LeBron got his son in the league. I'm like, you think Jordan owned he was a part owner of the Hornets. He could have had him on the team if he wanted to.
Yeah, no. This is not gonna. Nobody's ever gonna like even give him the credit of like, oh, you play with your son. You're the first dad and son to play like that. Is not gonna.
That's an asterisk next to it.
Yeah. This is. Again, and this is why he's doing a disservice to his own kid.
Well, it's part of the.
Because I don't think he's even gonna make it.
I think this whole issue was crashing down like ESPN, and it's crashing down a lot. Is because there's no honest. Like you have to go to a podcast to get an honest opinion about the whole situation.
But you know where it comes down to. You know why all of this happened. Yeah, LeBron has power, but not even LeBron has the. What happened is money. This is all what it is. And you see, Gilbert Arenas have said it. The kid has 7 million followers on Instagram or Facebook. He has more, like Bronny has more followers than great players that are here playing.
I get what you're saying. So
it's money. Like why this happened is all money.
Why not throw Jake Paul out there then? Like just give him a Lakers jersey.
Yeah, at that point. But yeah, you know, it's also different.
He's a big name.
No, yeah, but he's not.
You know what I mean? Let's throw Kevin Hart. Give him a couple of possessions.
they could at least sell the whole. You know, this is a kid.
I mean, I understand what Gil's saying, but there comes a point where this is sports, and it's about competition. Yeah. And when you watch the NBA, it's supposed to be the best league in the world.
No, and also like
so you want the best player in the world there. You don't want because he has okay, so my YouTube not YouTube, but my Instagram following is gonna get me a shot in the NBA. Like, are you serious? That's what they gotta come back with?
No, and it's sad because sports has always been a sacred thing, where you make it on your merit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is not politics. This is not like a company where your dad, you're a longtime politician. Your kid sure is coming behind you. You know, you own a company or whatever, you're going to put your kid on there. Sports it's never happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they want to say the league is better, but you got a kid in there and you say, oh, it's because of his Instagram following.
No, the league is definitely not better. That's
what I'm saying. Like they want to make this argument and then they want to justify this dude in the league. It's like, you can't tell me the league is better when you have a kid in there that they had like a G League ranking. He was like ranked one of the worst players in the G League.
Yeah, but like I said, it all comes down to money. Because he has followers, companies give him
the NBA
deals.
makes way too much money to be using this sorry excuse. You know what I mean? You make way too much money.
No, I get that, but I don't think it's the NBA. I think it's
the Lakers. Are they struggling for that much?
No, I think it's who pays the NBA, which is sponsors, and sponsors want that. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but they're killing themselves.
They are. They're killing the brand of the NBA by doing things like this. But one thing we all know, it didn't work and it's not gonna work because you can't fool nobody.
I think that honestly, I find it amusing. They might as well put Bryce in there at this point. Like,
Bryce is gonna be better than this one, I think. And
honestly, I thought so too.
you change your mind?
I changed my mind, man.
Uh-oh.
I've seen his numbers. I've seen highlights of his play. I haven't seen a full game, but supposedly he's averaging like 4 points off the bench.
Oh,
he's
shit.
a junior, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like a lot of dudes that watch the games, I've heard like podcasts and clips of stuff that saying that he's way worse than him.
That's crazy.
He's just bigger.
Because I was looking at him like, well, he has more of the physical ability.
Like, I haven't seen any games, but someone said he was like a 6'4" power forward, and I'm like, he ain't no Charles Barkley. Like, if he's just
you do know where I feel like it's so strange and it's weird. You mentioned the ESPN thing about nobody just saying the truth.
They won't dare.
Yeah, they won't dare. But what is going on with these players? There's also NBA players that were agreeing with all of this. JJ Redick.
They're all scared of that. Well, JJ Redick. Well, the thing is,
like,
Clutch Sports.
Yeah,
they have a lot of these players already. They're agents of them. They're somehow affiliated, so they're not gonna talk bad about it. Like even Gilbert Arenas, he's with Clutch Sports and all those guys.
Oh,
so a lot of these guys, they can't.
I didn't know that.
Like anytime you hear somebody say the truth, you know they're not with Clutch Sport. They're
yeah.
So that's what's happening to ESPN. So if you notice, like Stephen A. Smith, now all of a sudden he's starting to call some of it out.
Yeah. He's been going hard at it now
because what's happening is a lot of these podcast shows are speaking on it, and they're giving you facts, they're giving you everything. So people aren't watching those shows anymore because like, yo, I'm not gonna listen to you to talk about how great this dude is and give me all this phony shit, and then tell me, Bronny is this and that. When I'm watching the game, and I'm
watching.
Like, we're watching.
Eyes.
You can't tell me that he belongs there when I'm seeing it.
Yeah, we got eyes. We could see. Like it's not there.
You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of BS they say out there, and then they don't correct themselves. Like they were saying, like break up, the Brown and Tatum. That was the big.
Yeah. That was crazy.
None of them came back at least I haven't heard it, but they didn't come back like, yo, we were crazy when we said that.
Yeah.
They're saying these wild things and then they move on, and it's like a lot of these shows are like doing that. So I think people like Stephen A. Smith is like, yo, we're losing viewers because they don't believe us anymore.
But look at this though. He's doing that in his podcast.
Yeah, he won't do it.
Even doing it in ESPN.
Yeah, you're right.
So like that goes to tell you, and that's terrible. That's like it's terrible that we're looking at it and they're lying. It's like somebody pointing at like, yo, this is green, and somebody's looking at it knowing it's green and it's red.
Well, they gaslight you too. They'll be like, no, it's red. You just like you don't want to see a black man succeed.
Yeah,
they're using like a lot of stuff. Oh,
yeah.
You just hating on LeBron. Like you like they're finding any other reason. Like you just a hater. Oh, you got to give it 3 years.
I'm looking at it as the kid. It's terrible, fam. Like it's criminal what they're doing to that kid. Because like I said, mentally, that kid is gonna have to live with that forever now. And I don't think he's gonna make it in. I don't think he's gonna make it in the G League. I don't think he's gonna make it in any team.
Well, the thing is, like they came out and they said that, I don't know if you heard the interview with JJ Redick saying that he was case study 1, that they were gonna have this developmental program and all these things. And it's like, all right, that from the surface it sounds good. You're gonna have everything dedicated to him to making him better.
But this is the thing. The NBA is not for that. That's what high school and college is for, right?
But, yeah, no, I agree with you on that. What I'm saying is, all of this shit he said, I haven't seen any development done. They have him on the bench on the NBA, and then now they don't even want to play him in the G League, and he doesn't play any road games. So I'm like, when is the kid even playing?
This is the thing. How do you develop if you don't play? You develop by playing. How are you going to get playing time when everybody's better than you?
Well, I mean, they made it sound like they were going to have like this training program on the side while he wasn't playing, and then he was going to be in the G League.
He's better off going to college.
I thought he should have went to a small D1, like a mid-major.
Yeah,
been the man.
He wasn't going to be the man even there.
Well, if they would have found a small D1, maybe he would have been the guy. Like they could. I mean, there's a lot of Division I programs. You can find one where you go, Bronny's better than the best player. Like, okay, we'll throw him in there.
I guess.
I mean, God knows where he would have ended. He might have ended up in Alaska, but but like LeBron has the resources to go. Let me go through all these D1 schools. All right, Bronny's better than everybody here. Because the problem with him is that he's like 6'1". He's supposed to be running the point position, but he can't run the point position. So he has to run the 2, which most people at the 2 position are like 6'5", and they can shoot. And he can't shoot at that level. And he's not like 6'5", 6'6", so he's small for the 2, and he can't run the 1.
He got no dribbles.
And he doesn't have like, well, the thing is, like, I heard Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown, they had like a podcast, and they were going back and forth. And yeah, Kwame was tearing him up though. Kwame was tearing him up, just killing him. And so in the argument, Gilbert said something that I didn't know, but it makes a lot of sense. It was a good point that he made. Was they thought Bronny was gonna be 6'8", so that's why they never had him run point.
What the fuck?
They thought he was gonna have a growth spurt, late growth spurt.
What the hell?
So they never had him run the point. So by the time he got to the NBA, he's smaller, but he can't run the point.
Gil needs to make up his mind, because I seen Gil talk about, LeBron had him out there to check him out, check his sound out, see where what his temperature is. He put him out there to play with all.
Yeah, but Kwame got him to speak a little bit, because Kwame was frying all his points, and he got him to speak. Yeah. At the end of it, Gil admitted it. But then he tried to like pivot and then throw Zaire Wade under the bus. Like Zaire was only averaging like 4 points off the bench, and he got in the G League, and Kwame was like, bro, like it's the G League. And his dad owns he's a part owner of the team. If he gave him an opportunity to play in the G League, he didn't pan out, he got him out of there.
And there was no, all these conferences. And
he wasn't going to say like, son's better than half the league. Like he wasn't, the way Wade just did it quietly. He did it so quiet nobody knew.
Exactly.
Like most people didn't know. So he threw him in there, he tested the waters. It didn't work. He took him out.
And
LeBron was making
is better than LeBron Bronny.
I don't think so.
I think he is. I think he has more of.
They played on the same team, and Bronny was starting over him.
Yeah, but that's more LeBron, I think.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. That one I disagree with you. I think Bronny's better than him.
Just like the like I said, I like the temperature. Like I like his Zaire Wade's. He's gonna fight you. He's like more. He has more something to him. I think Bronny's just quiet all the fucking time. Like he doesn't like you push him around. It feels like he's not gonna say nothing back. Like I don't like that. I don't like that on anybody. And I feel like Bronny's like that. I don't feel like you can just push Zaire Wade and like talk shit to him and he's gonna stay quiet.
No, you may be right on that point, but I still think Bronny's better than him.
I don't know.
They're on the same team, and dude averaged more points than him and was starting over him.
Yeah, maybe, but so I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see much from Bronny at all. Like in any, like the only thing I see is he could jump high.
He has bounce.
He has bounce. That's about. That's one thing I seen. He got dad's jumping ability. Other than that, I don't know.
He would have to learn how to run the point. And he would have to get a better three ball.
You would think he's smart like his dad when it comes to basketball. So his point should be easy for him, right? Like
he should. He has LeBron as a teacher.
So
I
don't know.
I mean that would be his best chance. Learn how to run the point, improve his three ball. But obviously I think those are things he already knows. I mean, it's like he doesn't need me to say it. I think he already. I'm sure everybody's telling him that. Like we need. But the thing is, when they put him in the G League. He's not running point. They have that kid Olivari.
Yeah.
And that's another kid that has pissed off everybody.
Yeah.
Because Olivari's good. And I saw him in the G League and the dude is good. And I don't know if you saw the preseason.
Yeah.
But in the preseason, he was cooking.
Balling. Yeah.
And he defends.
Exactly.
He shoots the three very well. And he's around 6'3". He's everything Bronny was supposed to be.
Exactly.
Like if that was Bronny, trust me, the ESPN would be going insane right now. And people are pissed because this kid should be on the Lakers roster.
Yeah, and the thing is...
It's funny because I was watching a game in the G League. This dude was hitting 3 after 3.
No, definitely better than Bronny. And I don't think...
Light years, bro. This dude was averaging 19 in college. 19 in college, couldn't even get a draft spot.
With all the help the Bronny James has gotten, where he's going to get the opportunity. He's going to get the minutes. We've never seen a crazy game. 50, 40, nothing. And
Yeah.
you got the opportunity. You got the green light. You know, you LeBron James' son.
Well, I think
So-
LeBron made a mistake sending him to Sierra Canyon.
What do you think? What do you think that?
Because he sent him to this school and he puts him in these AAU teams as well, where he's like the third, fourth best player.
So he gets
So he gets used to being the guy in the corner.
good, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's never been that guy. I think if LeBron would have sent him just from the beginning, sent him to a school where he would be that guy. I think that's what Gil's doing with his son.
yeah, like everybody.
You send him to a school where he's gonna be the man.
Yeah,
So now this dude is gonna be taking all these shots, and he's
learn.
gonna get used to being that guy.
Yeah, but like I said, even I mean, what is Gil's son's height? He's taller than his dad.
I want to say he's about 6'5".
No, he's taller than was Gil shorter? Because I seen him. He's taller than Gil now.
He's taller than Gil. I think Gil's like, how tall is Gil? Like 6'2" or something, 6'3".
6'3" maybe, 6'3", 6'4".
His son might be like 6'5", 6'6", or something, somewhere
like,
around there. I'm
like
not.
physically, he looks like. All right, he's an NBA player. Like he looks.
Oh, he's good. I saw highlights of he was playing
killing people.
King of the Court or whatever with KD.
Yeah.
Who else? Another NBA player was there.
A bunch of NBA players. He was
And
cooking.
he was hanging.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, KD ended up torching everybody, but he was for a little bit. There was a couple of clips where I was like, oh shit, like
he could do something. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony's son.
he's gonna be good. I like
Yeah,
Carmelo's
like
son.
you could like
The
that's what I
Boozer,
mean.
the Boozer twins too are gonna be.
Also too, but you see it like, and that's what like I never see. I don't see it with Bron.
Well, the best example to me is the Currys.
That actually that's good. That's a good point.
If you look at the
That's a good
Currys,
point.
Steph Curry went to what, Davidson?
Yeah.
Davidson's not one of those big, like not like a UConn or like a Duke, or it's not a Kansas.
Yeah.
He went there, and then if you saw his younger brother, I forget what school he started. He ended up transferring to Duke, but he started at a very small
school.
D1.
Yeah.
But like they worked their way to get where they're at.
Yeah, but that's
And
what
their
I
dad
mean.
was in the NBA, and their dad was a pretty good NBA player.
Yes.
He wasn't out there going crazy.
He was
like,
working in the NBA and all that too at the same time as an analysis or whatever, commentator or whatever. But this is the thing. Curry's in Davidson, not such a good program, whatever. He's getting what was it, like 60 points you got one time or something like that in high school? Like he's getting numbers. He's putting up highlights. Like Bronny can't do that. So that's,
well, but that's what I mean is that because he put them in these smaller schools.
I get you. They got the opportunity.
You get to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He goes to Davidson, who's bigger than Steph Curry. So
Yeah.
he's shooting bombs from God knows where. What that coach gonna say? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're Steph Curry. You're Del Curry's son. So that's what I'm saying. Bronny could have gone somewhere.
Do you think LeBron knew the whole time that he just didn't have it, and a way to protect him was to just put him in all these?
I don't
great
know, man.
players?
Sometimes I'm not a dad, but I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes dads, they see the best out of their kids and they can't see anything else.
Well, it
I think
depends.
some parents.
Yeah.
I think because
I got two boys, and I might be a little bit rough.
yeah, there's some can be straight with them. Some are delusional.
Yeah, like I don't let my kid I don't let my kids beat me. I don't let my kids talk or like think they're something if they're not. Like I'm like one of my kids. I hope he doesn't. He's too little. He's not gonna see this. But
Yeah.
like he'll be like, "Oh, I'm better than this player on the team." Like we play soccer, and I'm an assistant coach in the soccer thing. And my son will sometimes be like, "Oh, I'm better than this." I'm like, "No, you're not." I got to flat out tell him, and his own teammate, his own team, he'll be like, "Oh, you're better than him." He's like, "No, you could be. You're not right now. You could be though. Put in work." I never go, "Yeah, you are, son." No, he's not. So I'm not gonna tell him that. So I just tell him, "You could be though. Just put in that work." And I think it's terrible for a parent to tell a kid. My kids think I'm superhero. They think I'm Superman. Whatever I say, they take it as,
Yeah.
So I like, and sometimes my wife gets mad because I flat out tell them like, "No, you need to put that work in. You want to put yourself up there. You need to work. You're not as good as him yet. I'm not saying you can't be. I'm just telling you right now you're not."
I mean, so the question you're asking basically, do you think LeBron knew his son wasn't good enough, and he
Yeah.
tried to get him to the leagues for his own accolade, or
that's the only option. That's the only thing.
or
bro.
was he just delusional
I think
and he thought that he actually was good enough?
it's either he wanted to see that up there. I'm the only player that's playing with his son.
I think when you say when people say he's the smartest player ever, I think you've just answered your question.
Yeah.
Because if you believe he's the smartest player ever, then then he obviously would have saw his son wasn't as nice as anybody on his team.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's criminal was been done, because it's like,
So
okay,
then he did it on purpose.
it's not about money, right? It's LeBron James. It's not about fucking money. The guy got what, $7 million or whatever.
7, 8. I think it was
The
like 8
highest
million.
paid fucking 44th round pick,
It was 55th. Pick.
55th pick ever in history. The highest G League player in history. It can't be for $7 million to LeBron James. That should be a coin in a bucket.
I think he was making that from his NIL deals.
That's
in
what I'm
college.
saying. So the only thing that makes sense is not money. I understand if it was some player that wasn't as good and
Well, I know Bronny he said he had dreams of having his name called, which is another thing that's criminal from the NBA. This was the first time they split the draft. They gave him a night, bro. They usually do it all in one night. And
money. I'm telling you,
and
bro,
they split
it's
it, bro.
Fucking money, bro.
And
Like
but this is part of the reason why they're losing. Like the fans see this and they go, "Yo, why are we?" So the second draft has their own night now. Like why are we giving guys that are on first round their own night?
The only thing that makes sense, bro, is money. Advertising deals. That's the only thing that makes sense. And it's sad because it's LeBron James.
Yeah, but this ain't the way to do it, bro.
No, it's not, because you did a
Because
disservice to your son.
You're lying to the fan, because when the fan turns on the NBA, that fan believes he's watching the best players in the world playing the. You know what I mean?
This
is the best basketball there's available.
It's not even that, bro. It's like,
And when you're promoting this, it's like what?
It's like, as a father, right? As a father, I can't see like what's being done to that kid, what that kid's going through. That shit hurts me. There's no, like I said, I wouldn't do that to my kid. I
would never. I got into an argument with somebody like, "Oh, that was your son. You would." I was like,
No.
never.
He's not good enough.
I'm
Why
like,
would I
listen.
put him out there
If I'm
like
a
that?
billionaire, I'd rather just give him the money. I'll let him get ready. Go play 4 years in college. Because I think he could have gotten a medical red shirt for the heart condition.
Yeah, exactly.
And probably gotten 4 years. Play your 4 years. And if you're ready, we'll get you on.
Like when that time comes that we know that you're good enough or that you deserve a chance, we'll do it. But he did it with everybody knowing.
I think that's my phone.
Where
were we with that?
I was saying about the whole the whole criminal thing with Bronny, how the dad just putting him there without him being ready. Like you were saying, he could have sent him 4 years to college, make sure he's ready if he was ever going to be ready. And then LeBron could have pulled all those strings that he pulled and got him there. But to put him out there knowing that he's not good enough, that is criminal to your son. He's going to get roasted. He's going to get killed.
He's going to be a meme. He is already a meme.
He's your son. So already the eyes are on this kid. So for you to do that to him, I would never do that.
Nah, me neither. I mean, like I said, I got into it like where people like say, "Oh, that was your son," and I'm like, "Nah, man. Like, why would I?" Like,
he's not good enough. You're setting him up to fail yourself. So it's like,
you know how vicious the social media is.
Exactly.
You know how vicious sports media is. You know how vicious people are. Like, why would you do that to him?
You seen where it's gotten to the point where like I think Savannah James was like had to like yell or say something because people picking on the kid on the G League games.
Yeah, I feel for her too. The mom, like,
yeah, but it's all your fault. Like it's all LeBron James' fault. Like you did this to your own kid. Like I said, I would never tell my kid is good enough at something if I know he's not. That's like John Jones has a kid, and because he's John Jones, have him fight that'd be double killer.
MMA would be double criminal.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, but it's like you will never do that. If your son's not ready, you will never send him to the fucking wolves.
Most fighters don't want their kids to fight.
Exactly.
They're like, I fight so you don't have to fight.
Exactly. Yeah. The fight game is different.
I'd rather you run my brand, my business, whatever. Like if I have a company, I'd rather you run that. I don't want you in there throwing hands with anybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said,
like if I was a fighter, I wouldn't want my kid to be a fighter.
No, I don't think you look. Fighters are different. Like a fighter is a different. It's not an athlete. Like people are like, oh, if you were a good athlete, you run fast. That makes you a fighter. No, that is different.
You have to have a different mindset. You can be good at fighting and not make a good fighter.
Yeah, no, and that's what I mean. Like I see, I would love to train. I know I'm not a fighter. Yeah. I know I'm not.
Like you ever hear Mike Tyson talk about his son?
Yeah.
He's just like, bro, like, no, nah, you grew up in the grew up in a mansion, bro. Like, how you think you're gonna be able to get in there and throw like with a killer who grew up in the slums? Like this dude, this is what he does. He's an animal, bro. Exactly. He's not.
And that's what I mean. Like, look, I'm fat right now, but I'm a good athlete naturally. I was able to run fast, jump high, like athletic. I was born being an athlete. That doesn't mean I could be a good fighter, because it's the mental part of it. I'm not willing to take fucking punches to the face for money.
Yeah. Being a fighter, it's not about how good you are. It's about how much punishment you're willing to take.
And for what reason? Like, I'm willing to take punishment, but I'm gonna mentally be like, why am I doing this? I don't need to do this shit. Like,
because there's dudes out there. Obviously, when you're a fighter, there's gonna be a dude across from you that you know is better than you.
Yeah.
But you're willing to go to war with this dude.
Yeah.
So you're like, I know, man, you may be better than me, but I know I can take anything you can throw at me. And that's like the mindset of a fighter. Like most people can't think like that.
No, like you see Jones, he's not fighting for money.
Yeah.
He got money.
Yeah, he has.
Like I could probably.
And he lives in New Mexico.
Exactly.
Which is not that expensive for him.
Exactly. Like, I could have fought maybe, win a few things, but the minute I got the money, I was gonna stop because I'm not a fighter like that.
Yeah. Like Conor be out as soon as you make that $100 million. You ain't see me throw one punch.
Exactly. But back to the NBA. What else? What else did we list? We listed so many things. We've been fucking talking so long. What else did we miss?
Minnesota, man.
Oh yeah.
What that trade?
I feel bad for Ant. I know Ant's leaving, talking too much and he's a little wild, but I think they fucked. Like, why do you make such a big change when you just made it? I've never seen a team do that. You almost made it to the fucking finals. And then, wait.
Yeah. They lost to Luka.
Yeah, exactly. So then you change your second best player the next year?
You know what I think they thought? This is what I think they thought. They thought, all right, Randall offensively puts up similar numbers.
No way. No.
Well, I mean, if you look at, I think the trade didn't work out for them. But this is what I think their logic is that if you look at Randall's points before he got hurt, and you look at Cat's, I think Cat was averaging around like 23, 24. Randall's around like 22, 21. You know what I mean? Like their numbers are similar, and rebounding wise, like I think Cat rebounds better than Randall, but I don't think it's that much of a discrepancy.
I think.
And then you add DiVincenzo, who gives you an extra 3-and-D guy. So they're probably thinking that Randall can give us similar to what Cat, maybe not the same as Cat, but then you throw in DiVincenzo. Now you're adding another 3-and-D guy that we can throw in the rotation. I think that's what I was thinking, but they didn't think that Randall would be such a cancer to the defense.
And Cat's not a good defensive player either.
Well, he plays with effort, though. That's the thing.
Well, true. But I just think, again, chemistry has to count for something.
No, chemistry is huge because Cat was drafted there.
Cat was there before, so he knows like the team. He knows how the team works.
He's the OG and he's the OG in the group. So everybody's cool with him, and you can tell that he was passionate about being in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Randall plays like he wants to get the hell out of there.
It's Minnesota, man. Like
he's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, just went from New York. Like,
I mean, New York did do Randall dirty, bro. Like he was their number one option. He gets hurt and then he gets traded.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens though. Like that's the thing Minnesota should have thought about was that before he got hurt, he was the number one option.
Yeah. Now he's not.
Yeah. So, but now he comes back. He has number one option mentality.
Yeah.
When he's not the number one. Like, how is this gonna work? Because New York saw that. They're like, yo, when Randall comes back, this whole Nova Knicks stuff, like he's not gonna be flying with him. He's gonna be like, I need my 20 shots.
They know better his mentality.
Did you see the commercial they had with Randall and Brunson or whatever? I think it was a commercial. And he was telling Randall like go grab his bags.
Nah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
Randall was, you know what I'm saying? He, in Randall's mind, he's big dog on that Knicks. So
Not going for
so
that.
that's why I think they traded him. They're like, yeah, it's going to be a problem, you know, because we want Brunson to be the guy and he's not coming back to be number 2. I think that's why they traded him. But then I think Minnesota said, all right, we can probably get this dude. But it did not work out for Minnesota at all. It worked out for New York.
Not at all. And is not one of those people that are going to stay quiet for too long or deal with losing.
Well, he already said.
Yeah,
He's already talking about it.
We're like kids. Everybody's like, you know, you can't talk to anybody.
Did you see when Randall was dribbling the ball like at the 3-point line and
oh yeah,
Gobert had the dude in the paint sealed. Like all you gotta do is like, I know Gobert is not a scorer like that.
Just lob it.
Well, I mean the way he was, you couldn't lob it, but you pass it inside, he just gotta turn and dunk it.
Exactly.
Like he had to do buried under the rim, like
just pass the ball, and then
Gobert.
At least he's gonna get fouled. At least a foul. Get.
I mean you have to. It's the right play. It's the right play to make. Yeah. Like I know Gobert is not a scorer like that, but it's the right play. Yeah. And he was just like in his and one mix.
Yeah.
And everybody's just standing around. And I'm just like, yo, what is he doing? And then Gobert gets pissed, and he takes his sweet ass time to get out the paint and gets a 3-second.
The other thing with the difference between Cat and Randall is two different. I know the numbers might say they're comparable, but there's two different styles of scoring.
Yeah, Randall is very slow, a lot of dribble. Cat is quicker with it.
He's not taking that many dribbles. He's not taking that much time off the clock. This dude is just dribbling.
Like Cat would have probably shot that by then.
Exactly.
He would have put it up. Like, or if he's in a dribble, it's like 2 dribbles to the rim.
Exactly.
Like Cat doesn't. There's not a lot of like Randall's a lot of wasted motion.
Exactly. And that's my whole point. Like I can't. I saw it right away. I'm like, I think I even told you. I'm like, why did they do this? Why did they make that trade? I knew New York was going to get better, and I knew Minnesota.
I mean, for me, when I first saw it, I was like, we got to wait and see because DiVincenzo was really good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And like that might be the difference of whether this was a good trade or not for either side. But DiVincenzo hasn't been playing like himself either.
You know what it is that some of these players, like, they like some New York or like Los Angeles, or they might play well in those areas because they're happy. They get out. When they're not playing basketball, they go out there, enjoy their life, and they come back. That dude's probably miserable there.
Well, that is true. But there's also the fact that he was playing with his boys.
Again.
Like you're playing with your Nova teammates. So like it's a big difference like when you have to do something and then your guys, they know your spots. Like they know where you can hit your you know what I mean? You're getting your shots.
Exactly. They know you.
They know you like you feel, and they're gonna tell you, yo, keep shooting that shot. Now when you're on a team that they don't know you, they might be like, yo, what are you doing?
I don't know, man.
So there's that factor of, oh yeah, they might like New York better, but there's also that same factor of like he's comfortable with this group of guys.
And Minnesota's in the West. This is a tough conference. So imagine you go from making it to the finals.
I think they're at number 10 right now.
Imagine you don't make the playoff. Like imagine. Like that's crazy.
They might not make the playoff.
That is
yeah, the West right now.
I'll be pissed.
The West right now, you have the Lakers at number 8. And then underneath them, you have the Spurs and Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for whoever makes that playoff.
The West is tough. So, like, you start bad, you're not making games up like in the East.
It's so funny, though, because I think the top teams in the East, I think, are so much more talented, but their record is so bad. Other than, like, the Lakers and the Cavs. Other than the Celtics and the Cavs.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at, like, I think, like, for example, like New York, I think they're a very good team, but their record doesn't match. Whether you look at some of these Western teams, and the Bucks, I think is better than a lot of these teams.
I think so.
I look at, like, for example, OKC. I think they're the number 1 team in the West right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think,
but they're missing right now. Chet Holmgren is out. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt for a
while.
He's
hurt,
too.
And Caruso's hurt.
Yep.
And this dude almost broke his back in the last game against the Lakers. Harkenstein, whatever.
Oh yeah,
when he blocked Dalton Connect on that dunk.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, these guys are gonna play with no center. He had to leave the game, and there was a point where like, I think Shea was the tallest dude on the floor for the OKC. Like they're running out of centers over there.
Yeah, and they still have the number 1 record.
But I'm like, yo, we see OKC in the finals, we're gonna beat the brakes off of them.
There's always one team. There's always one team like that. I don't know why. Like in the regular season, they looked at their killing, but then playoffs come, they're not gonna be there.
Oh, and
the Hawks were like that back in the day here.
Yo, the Hawks. Yo, have you been seeing the Hawks lately, bro?
Yeah.
Like they losing to the Wizards.
Yeah.
They lost to the Wizards. I think they lose to them twice or something. But they lost to the Wizards, and they beat the Celtics and the Cavs like
twice. They beat the Cavs twice.
Yeah, I'm like
how does that happen?
I'm confused. That tells me that they play based on who they're playing.
Yeah,
like if they see a good team, we're gonna be up. But if they see a
try.
bad team, they're like, we'll see.
That's the worst. I've seen players like that. I've seen basketball players like that.
That gotta be frustrating as a coach. Like, yo, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I used to see players like that growing up. I'm like, dude, I'm better than you. I mean, you're better than me. Why am I close? Because they're my friends, and I know they're better than me. But we will play 1-on-1, and I'll be like, what are you doing? Just fucking kill me in the game. Let's get this shit over with. Like, why? Like it will happen, and I didn't understand. I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be playing down to your opponent.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on over there. And it's unfortunate, but for them, but for us, it's great. I don't care. We're over here in a tear. We're actually playing the Cavs today.
And we got Porzingis back, so
they look incredible.
I think we're gonna win.
You saw the last game?
Yeah.
Yo, Pritchard was going bananas.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? It was 2 minutes and like some crazy amount of points that he scored in 2 minutes.
I think he had 18 or 19 points in the fourth quarter.
It wasn't even the fourth. It was like 2 minutes.
He was just bombing threes. I was watching with my wife.
He had like 4 threes in a row or something like crazy like that.
He was getting whatever he wanted to. He was even getting to the paint, getting layups.
Yeah, he's a weird player because he's little, so he takes shots that it just looks weird because he's like running full speed and just chucking them, so it looks weird. But he scores all the time. I don't,
bro. Him and Sam Hauser are fucking snipers.
Yeah.
They are snipers off the bench.
And
we're not keeping him for sure. When his contract is up, someone's gonna pay him. I don't think the Celtics keeping him.
And this is the thing too. I think teams are gonna start trying to take players away from Boston just to take them because they don't want Boston to win. So I think.
Oh yeah, he's on that list for sure. Him, Hauser. I don't know who else. But I think for sure those two are gonna be. I think Keita's a walking double-double.
Yep.
Cornette, when he plays, he plays well. I mean, I think they're going to be looking at our bench and looking to take whoever they can take.
I just think we have a great coach.
Great coach.
So I think a lot of players
He's young, too.
Yeah.
That's I'm like, I think I told you last time. I said he has a chance to being one of those great, legendary coaches.
I think Boston better not let him go. And I don't think they will. But I think a lot of the players are going to look good in Boston because the coaching and, of course, the team. But I don't know.
Yeah, the system we play is very free.
Exactly.
So dudes off the bench get a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, it's like to score. So I think that it looks good here. I don't know if it'll translate that well in other teams. Not for all those players.
Well, I mean, if they steal them, like for example, if you take a Pritchard, you know you gotta let them go.
Exactly.
You can't
control.
You can't bring them to your team to have them run some system that doesn't work for them.
But that's the beauty of having a good coach. Like he knows, like you need to free him up. Just let him.
That's the beauty of having a consistent coach that you don't fire year after year, and he can run his system and it stays like that for a long time.
I like the way Masula coaches these new generation that they need all these like extra like motivation and like
he's a bit crazy. Yeah,
you need that. You need those little like
when that thing with Tatum when Tatum didn't play and they asked him about it, he's like, I love it. Yeah,
he's like, oh, what is the new jersey or something? The new logo. He's like, it says Celtic on it. Like and I think for this generation, that's very valuable. I think in the 90s and 80s, it was the opposite. You know, you have Phil Jackson with relax, woosah, stretch.
Oh, yeah, because everybody was throwing punches.
And everybody was high strong.
Yeah, like, Dennis Rodman out there trying to kill people.
Exactly. And this era, I think you need shit like that, where like he'll tell you you know, you need.
No, I agree with that point of yours. Yeah, you do need that coach to tell you, yo, toughen up, bro. What are you doing?
Exactly. You need that everywhere in this generation, because if the whole world trying to make you soft, bro, like I do it with my kids. Like I intentionally like I tell them like you need to be tougher. You need to get stronger. Like this is all like crap. Like everything is I feel bad, or you know, I have a headache, or this I gotta stop, or this hurts, let's stop. Like my kid, I don't know if it was good. I think this might be a little bit more, might be a little crazy, but My 7-year-old, he got this was bad. He was playing. He's a goalie, and he got literally. And I didn't notice that at first, so maybe I would have reacted different. But he got literally soccer kicked in the head.
Oh.
Because he's a goalie. So he went for the ball, he dove, the ball like got loose, so he went to get it. And when you went to get it, the player came to try to score.
Yeah.
And accidentally kicked him in the head. But he's 7, so they don't kick that hard.
Yeah.
He started crying. And I made him stay in the game. Like, his mom was like, "Oh, you gotta go get him out." And I'm like, no, you good? He's crying. I'm like, "You good, buddy?" And then he's like, "I'm good. Stay in the game." The reason why I did it is because it was a bad hit, and I didn't want him to get. For goalies, it's like getting hit by a baseball.
Yeah. And
you get scared after. Like, you don't want to be in the batter's box. So I'm like, I need to take at least one more play, then I'll take you out.
Yeah.
He was good. He was great. He was good. And like, nothing happened. But I just wanted him to stay there, and just. I want him to keep, one more play because I don't want him to get scared. You can't be scared as a goalie because you got players kicking the ball really hard. You can't be scared. Like, they're right next to you and somebody's blasting a ball right in your face, full power. It comes at you fast, so you can't be flinching or scared.
Yeah.
So I just wanted him to take another play because I didn't want him to be like afraid the next time he played. I wanted him to get back on the horse right away so he wasn't scared. But I think in this generation, kids need to be pushed because everything's telling them, you feel bad, you feel like you want to quit.
Load management.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else?
I mean,
I forget.
What do you think about Ime, what the job he's doing over there with Houston? I think they're number 3 right now in the West.
Yeah.
No, are they number 3 or number 2? They might be number 2 right now.
I think he was a great coach. Just sad what happened. I think Ime, we would have had 2 championships if we would have not made that switch. I think we would have gotten that chip. But again, so some of the stuff that happens in organizations, like I said, you have to have a good organization up top to be able to deal with some of the shit that happens in a team. I don't really know what happened exactly. Like, the whole story is a little bit messy, but I would have kept him.
Yeah.
But then again, we wouldn't have gotten Masula, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it worked out either way. We had the luxury of having 2 really good coaches on that bench.
Yeah. I think he should get a chance, though. I think another team should have hired him as his head coach.
Who?
Udoka.
Well, he's playing. I'm saying he's right now in Houston.
But he's not the head coach, is he?
He's the head coach of Houston.
Oh, he is.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
That's
assistant coach.
No, he's the head coach of Houston.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, he's the head coach of Houston. He's killing over there.
He got hired right away to head?
Yeah.
Or did he like start as assistant coach first? And
No. They hired him. I think they waited a year. I think they may have waited a year. Waited a year, let everything cleared out, and then they.
I honestly thought he was like the assistant. I think
he's the head coach.
Oh, that makes sense. Again, you need a good. If you look, like I said, if you look at all great organization in basketball, it all goes back to the same thing. They always have good coaching and good like management. Like the organization is managed very well, and if you have a good coach, it goes a long way.
Yeah, no.
And then if you have a good coach and a good like a superstar that's willing to listen to that coach, you're probably gonna win championships, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think he's I mean, we saw him in Boston, so I mean, I think he's a great coach.
He's tough,
and he's like a disciplinary.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like a young team like
they listen to him.
Yeah, but I think like a young team like Houston, where they have all these immature dudes like Jalen Green and all these dudes, like you need a coach that's gonna be like, yo,
exactly.
Like, we're doing it this way.
You know who needs a coach like that? KD.
Good luck.
I think he's coachable.
I think he's too much of a star, man.
No, I think KD could have like I think the problem with KD is I think he's coachable. I think he'll do whatever the coach says. He's not gonna be a diva. The problem with him is he doesn't lead. So he needs a strong head coach. Somebody who's military, who's gonna keep everything in line as the coach, because he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna demand anything from anybody. He's not gonna push nobody. So you need a fucking military coach with KD for you to do something, I think.
Well, he might end up hopping out of there and ended up in Houston if they keep winning.
I told you it's over to me it's over for the big three in the basketball world.
The Warriors are actually doing well.
I think by the time the playoffs comes, I don't think Steph is gonna deliver. I think the age is gonna show for all of them. That's my opinion. I think age is gonna show up for.
I mean, it's early.
Curry.
It's early, so I'll hold any judgment. But I think out of the big three, I think the Warriors is definitely the best one.
They're looking the best for sure,
and I think they're dangerous.
I don't see them lasting the long haul. I think.
Well, then who do you think is gonna be? I mean, obviously you got OKC, but OKC depends on when is Chet coming back. In my opinion, if Chet don't come back, I don't see them doing much.
It's weird. The NBA is weird right now because there's so many injuries.
And then the Mavericks actually been killing without Luka. Luka and Thompson been out, and Kyrie Irving has been freaking balling. Exactly. And like they've actually been winning these last several games.
I think Dallas is gonna be there.
Yeah, I think I if I was to predict, I would say Dallas versus Boston again, or Boston versus. I was gonna say OKC, but I don't know about Chet. It all depends on Chet. If Chet is back, I could see OKC, Boston. But like I said, I still think we beat the brakes out of OKC.
Yeah, I think Boston beats everybody.
Yeah, I think Boston.
No injuries or like, I think we're gonna be even better than what we did last year because everybody's more comfortable and obviously JT is alpha blood, and of course Brown. So I don't think everything going. Well, I think Boston should beat everybody.
Yeah.
But in the West, I see Dallas. I see, I think the Nuggets probably get it together when the playoffs come.
Nuggets has been surprisingly bad. I mean, I had a feeling when I saw their first several games, but then I was like, damn, like you got Jokic. Like, how you guys not?
But he's killing it.
He's killing it, but they still like
Murray.
I think they're like at 11 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
Murray's playing terrible.
Westbrook is playing well.
Westbrook is putting up better numbers than Murray from the bench. Yeah. That's a problem. When you're starting, when your second tier point guard is putting up better numbers.
I don't know what is going on with Murray. He's just been playing bad ever since that Minnesota series. That's when because he was killing LA.
Yeah.
When they played Minnesota, he played bad. Then he played bad in the Olympics, and now he's just been playing bad. I don't know.
I think, like I said,
Ben Simmons effect or something.
The money, the grind. Like I mean, the Nuggets has been in the playoffs all the way, making it to the finals. How long now? Like every year for the past 5 years, they've been like doing long stretches.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near the Celtics stretches. They went to one finals. They won.
Yeah, but I think
last year they lost in the second round.
I think JT loves to play ball. I think Brown loves to play. I don't think those. I think those dudes are real ballers. Like I think Jamal might be,
I think they lost their window. I think their biggest mistake is letting Brown and KCP leave. And Green. They let Green left too. I think those three key role players with 3-and-D guys.
Yeah.
They made them so diverse and made it easy for Jokic to do his thing and then give assists. Now, you know what I mean? Like they don't have those type of guys. I mean, they have 3-and-D guys, but they're not as good as those three that I mentioned.
Exactly.
I mean, Westbrook is playing his ass off, but I don't think that's enough.
He's playing great, but he's coming off the bench. So.
And then Aaron Gordon's been hurt. He hasn't been really playing.
I think they'll get it together. I think they might. I think if they make it to the playoffs, they're gonna be a hard out for anybody.
Oh no, they're gonna be a tough team. Like no one's gonna walk them down. Like it's gonna be a dogfight with them.
Exactly.
I just don't see them in the finals. A surprise team for me, but I don't know why it should. I don't know if it should be a surprise. Memphis.
No, that's not a surprise.
Well, Ja's been out for so long, and then when Ja was out, they were just terrible. Yeah. But you bring Ja back. I don't know what it is. You bring Ja back, and it's like that motor is back in that engine, is back in that car, whatever.
It's the confidence he gives everybody. He's got swag. He got
That's why earlier I said NBA needs a Ja Morant face, man. They need to make him the face. I know he has all those issues with the guns and all that stuff, but
yeah,
you need someone like that.
You always, and the league has always had players like less now, but
Because I think Memphis is at, if they're not at 2, they're at 3. I know you have Houston and Memphis. One of them is 2 and one of them is 3. Memphis has been playing really well. Anytime Ja is there, like they
play good.
They're playing good.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's gonna be. This is probably one of the, besides from the East, because we know who's coming out, but in the West is an interesting year.
I mean, if for me it's East Boston, I would give Cavs or NY a chance if any if any injuries happens in Boston, maybe one of them can slip away. I don't have any confidence in Milwaukee at all.
That is a weird team. That is a weird team because I mean, Giannis has been balling.
He's been killing.
His shot, you seen his shot lately?
He's been killing.
I was watching a highlight reel of like his shot.
Yeah.
I was like, what the this dude's shooting the ball like good.
Yeah,
his shot doesn't look off. Like it looks like he has a good motion now, and he's been doing it like every time they give him that space.
They've been on a winning streak right now. They've been playing really well.
Yeah,
but I still have no confidence in them.
No, me neither. I don't think they
I think they screwed up getting rid of Holiday, and it helped us
majorly.
Because I get it that the reason why they got rid of him, but
isn't this dude coming back now?
Who?
Middleton, right?
He's always coming back.
True.
Every year he's coming back.
True.
Every year. It's getting old, man.
Yeah.
Ever since they won that championship in 21, the last 4 years he's coming back.
He's been hurt, yeah. So
I don't know. I'm not confident in them at all. I mean, I know Giannis keeps teasing like being traded. I feel like he wants to leave, man.
I don't think he should leave.
I don't think he should leave either.
You already want a chip there, bro. Like, just stay.
But he's always teasing like, "Oh, I might get traded." I'm like, Giannis, you're not getting traded unless you ask to be traded.
Exactly. He's a great player. Like,
I can see Damian Lillard leaving. Yeah.
I see Damian definitely leaving if his contract's up. He's not gonna stay there. He's gonna choose somewhere else.
I think he has another 2 years left still.
Or I think they'll trade him if they could get something good for him. But I don't think, like I said, to me, he's not a. I'm not.
I mean, but what are you gonna get for Damian Lillard? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You're not gonna get anything of equal value.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not gonna be anything comparable. So he's one of those players where like, what's next was go be a third option in a championship team.
Yeah, nah, he should have stayed in Portland.
I think so. And like you said, maybe you don't win, but your legacy, you still stay there. You put up numbers.
You're Reggie Miller.
Exactly.
You know, an icon in that organization.
Exactly.
Get your jersey retired, maybe a statue in the front.
Because even if he wins a chip now, it's not gonna feel the same. You ain't gonna be the guy. So
yeah. And then you know what I mean, you lose that all time. You know, because if Portland drafts a guy, maybe he's not as good as you, but he plays his whole career there, he's gonna beat your records.
Exactly. You know what it is? It's like sometimes you just gotta if you're in a good organization, even if they suck, but you have good conversation with the owners and you guys are striving in the right direction, just stay, because you might get lucky and get a fucking great player.
Yeah, they try to do that with Scoot Henderson. They screwed up Portland.
Yeah,
they should have traded that. They should have known that it was Wemby or nothing. Yeah, take that number 2. Get me somebody who can be good with him.
Exactly.
I feel like everybody screwed up on that. I feel like trade. Milwaukee screwed up getting rid of Holiday. I feel like Portland screwed up betting it all on Scoot Henderson. Lillard screwed up asking for a trade.
What do you think of the Spurs? And that CP and Wemby? I mean,
to be honest with you, I'm disappointed in a way.
That's what I was going. I thought
it'd be a lot better. I thought Chris Paul being there would get Wemby's numbers like at another level.
It hasn't gone up that much. I mean, he's playing great still.
He's playing good, but I just thought more
dominance.
I thought CP was gonna come in there and kind of have like that Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan effect, where like we're just seeing lobs and we're just seeing all these things for Wemby.
I don't know. He should be his second year, right?
Yeah.
He should be his score number should be up.
I think being that big of a center point of the centerpiece of that offense, I thought his numbers were gonna grow.
And the thing is, he doesn't have another scorer there. Like
Yeah.
you're the scorer, bro. Like
Yeah, that's what I thought his numbers. I thought he'd be closer to 30.
yeah, like but his defense numbers are great, blocks great, all that rebounds great, but scoring, I don't know why it's not really not you're the number one option. You should be in the 20s. I don't think he.
No, he's in the 20s now.
Low 20s now.
I think he's grown
Like
to 24. I think now.
Oh, okay.
He's had some big games. I think he had a game where he had like 37 or something like that.
So that helped out.
Yeah. He's had some big games, but overall, I thought he was gonna be like much
more
higher.
dominant,
more dominant with Chris Paul. I'm like, Chris Paul's gonna be feeding him, and I haven't really seen it. So I was a little disappointed. I mean, I thought this year like their goal should be make the playoffs, and now I see it. I'm like, I don't
think so.
I don't know if you're making the playoffs.
Yeah,
because that would be big if he can get that A seed and get in.
Make some noise there.
The biggest disappointment is the Pelicans, man. God damn.
Zion.
They're right now they're the worst in the West.
The West, yeah.
Well, you got Zion, you got Murray from the Hawks.
Yep.
And you got CJ McCollum.
Yep.
And you got Brandon Ingram.
Yep. They should definitely be doing better.
That team should be like at least a 5 or 6 seed in the West.
I would trade
At least.
I would trade Zion.
It might be time.
I think
the thing is who's gonna take that? I mean, I heard a mock trade of like him going to Charlotte because he is from like that Carolinas. I don't know if it's South Carolina or North Carolina, but he's from around there. So I heard about trading him there.
I think he's one of those players that doesn't like the game much. I think it's an opportunity for him to make money. You know, he gets paid, he gets fame, but I don't think he's an obsessed guy with basketball. I don't think he's that type of player. So it doesn't matter to me. Trade him.
Yeah, Pelicans have been a disappointment, and Philly. I thought Philly was gonna be.
Yeah, but we all know what's going on in Philly.
Still a disappointment though.
Well, it is.
And they were talking, Embiid specifically. Embiid was talking shit.
Yeah, another one played good for the U.S. team.
I don't even know why
I wouldn't let him play. Again, you will hate me. The players will hate me because I wouldn't. Nope. You're injury prone. You're not playing for the U.S. For what? You can't make it. I'm paying you the money, and you can't play for me. But I'm the one paying you. Nah. Like I said, I'm terrible. I'll be terrible when it comes to players and injury prone. Like I don't think any player that's always injured should get paid max. Like Kawhi. I'm like, Kawhi, cool. You're a good player. Yeah, I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna pay you a little bit of money, and I'm gonna use you for playoffs. Cool. We're gonna win championships, but you only play in the playoffs, and I'm gonna pay you, I don't know, fucking $30 million or $20 million a year. That's it.
You may have given an owner an idea.
Hopefully, we need something, man. Like you can't be making all this money and not play. I feel robbed, and I'm not even the owner of the team. Imagine how the Clippers organization is one team where like the owner has done everything. This guy has done everything to put that team to win.
Yeah, he took him out of LA. He gave him a new arena.
Pay everybody a bunch of money. It hasn't been because he doesn't want to go into luxury tax. He paid everybody. He got you big threes. He did everything. Still nothing. That's crazy. If I was that owner, I'll be pissed. Now that guy is super rich. Like the money doesn't really.
Yeah, I think he's the richest owner.
Yeah, it's like it's nothing to him. But it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? I would trade.
I think this is a curse with the Clippers. At this point, I'm convinced. I know people used to joke around it, like, oh, the Clippers curse, but I think it's a curse.
They have tried everything. Money hasn't been an issue, and still nothing. But it's just, you just got to be smart. You can't pay Paul George maximum contract. You cannot pay.
Well, he didn't do it
this time. He did.
This time around, he said, nah.
Exactly. You cannot pay Kawhi. See, the guy doesn't play. How you gonna?
Yeah, that's a mistake from his part.
I was like, oh, and then Kawhi hasn't, doing all this extra shit. Like he's demanding all this stuff, and I'm not gonna practice. I need a helicopter to bring me to my practice. Fuck all that shit, motherfucker. Play. If you play, I'll do all that shit for you. Not, I'm not doing it. That's my key.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, like I would rather be a fucking terrible team and not pay a bunch of players a bunch of money than be a terrible team and have all this luxury taxes and all this shit that I got to pay for nothing. It's like Embiid. Embiid was saying something about talking shit about everything I'd done for the Philadelphia.
Oh
fans.
yeah, I remember him saying that.
I saw that and I'm like, what did you do? What have you done?
I think he's talking about he was hurt last playoffs and he came back. What I think he has several what's it called, cerebral palsy, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, cool, dude. Sorry that you got all that shit going on, but you can't tell the city that you have done something in the city as you won a championship. You bring me a championship, cool. We could feel bad for you and shit. But until then, it's like, all right, cool. You feel bad, all right, man. But not sympathy for what? You didn't bring no chip. So you can't get mad at the fans. It is what it is.
Yeah, no. He's that was just a wild rant.
Yeah, it's like what are you talking about?
Like I didn't understand it. I'm like, if you brought championships, then I can see. But like until you bring a championship, like
or if you were one of those players that just ride out with the team, you played like all the time, then yeah, some players even if you didn't bring a chip, there should be some type of consideration. But
well, the way I see it is, they pay you to play these games, so you're getting paid for it. It's not like you're doing it for free.
And they're paying you a lot of money.
So until you bring a championship, which is not something that's guaranteed,
yeah,
then you can tell me this is what I've done for the city. But until that, you've got paid. Like, did you play these games for free? No. So you got paid for them. So
Joe Mazzulla, that's why I like him so much, because you know when they told him about. What do you talk to your players about the pressure of, like, you know, for Tatum, all these bad publicity? Do you feel bad for Tatum? It's like, no. Straight up, no, I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
That's the right attitude to me.
You're getting paid $1 million, you're getting $300 million. Like,
exactly. What are you talking about? What pressure? What are you talking about? Like, your life is set outside of this game. Like, and I think a lot of these players forget that nowadays. A lot of the old players say is like, bro, you play like Barkley. You're playing basketball. What pressure? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Your life is set. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, if you live on social media like KD, that might bother you. But any regular person, like, just turn off your phone.
Even KD doesn't affect his game.
No, but he'd be up all night just like.
Oh yeah, true. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I find it hilarious, but he should be beyond that. You know what I mean?
I think KD needs a wife and some kids. Instead of get your eyes out of fucking Instagram and all that bullshit.
Yeah, if he had a wife and
37, stop. Like, you're not a kid no more, bro. Like, sorry, you don't have a kid or wife or nothing like that. But
that's what happens. Yeah, when you don't have a wife and kids at home and you play basketball, when you get home, you have nothing else to do.
Nothing to
other
do
than fight trolls.
Exactly. That's all you
on Twitter or whatever, on X.
Or rap and become a rapper. That's all you can do.
That's another thing. Yeah, hoopers.
Yeah, they
love that shit.
Everybody has done it, but to me, it doesn't end good for nobody. But all right, bro, we done like 2 hours and a half today.
All right.
Again, guys, thank you, EDJ Podcast. Fernando, we're gonna have to come up with a name for our own show, and hopefully we could do it more often. I have fun every time we do it.
Oh, same.
Thank you, bro.